Welcome to Empowered Through Health with Dianne Solano, bringing you interviews with health and wellness experts from around the globe, educating, entertaining, and inspiring. Empowered Through Health starts now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our bi-weekly podcast, Empowered Through Health. My name is Dianne Solano. I'm your podcast host. I'm an orthomolecular nutritionist, now turned podcast host, because I believe we got to get information out there into the world on how to take care of your health, how to really get to root cause, how to really balance those bodies out. Your body has thrived on nutrition, has thrived on the intelligence of Mother Nature for thousands of years. That's not changing anytime soon. So what I especially love right now is that with technology, we're able to now share powerfully around the world. My platform is about highlighting different people in the health and wellness space that are having wonderful transformation and turning those bodies around. We feature different topics, different hosts all the time. And what I really want to point out is this show is intended to empower you. It's intended to, give you the tools to help your transformation, help you on your health journey, because if you don't have health, you don't have anything. And I've way too many times in my 20 years of practice have seen so many people that would have paid anything under the sun to get their health back. And finally, be able to step into a space of empowerment. Because when you feel good, you just do good. You end up showing the powerfully version of you. And that's what we want. So with no further ado, I'm going to kick off today's show. Before we do so, I want to remind everyone that this show is not here to diagnose. It's not here for medical advice. It's just really a platform to empower you. Our goal is to enlighten you. Our goal is to educate you on how amazing the human body actually really is. And that's exactly it. Tools for you to go deeper into the world and discover and ask those questions. Critical thinking is what it's really all about. So today I have a beautiful guest, our wonderful integrative health practitioner. Her name is Angela Herren. And I love Angela's story because she started off in the field of beauty and the field of, just that wonderful, hey, every woman wants to look amazing. And I'm one of those too, right? But how do we do it in a way that really gets to the root cause of our skin and our hair and our nails, which translates to our hormones? I mean, we're so interconnected. And in hearing Angela's story and her amazing programs that just jumpstart your wellness and your beauty from the inside out. I'm seeing so many testimonials, so many of her customers, her clients are coming back, raving fan reviews. And I thought we'd have this conversation today about that exactly, Angela, beauty from the inside and out. So come on in, let everybody know, what you're about, share your story on how this transformation from not just external application to beauty, but how you went internal and what you're doing now to help change the world.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm Angela. And actually, my health story journey starts with, a lot of nasty types of symptoms. And so I was experiencing mast cell, IBS. I was almost diagnosed with Crohn's, severe allergies, all these things, I never had as a child. Here I am in my 30s and now experiencing all these symptoms. And at the time, all I knew is to, go to the doctor, get prescribed. But with the things that I had, a lot of people, a lot of doctors, didn't know how to help, or what they did know, I was doing as taking antibiotics and, on so many protocols of allergy and, just so many pills, really. And I got, everybody, you have a gut feeling, that there's a better way. I know how to make people feel beautiful on the inside, but I wasn't feeling beautiful at all. And so I got some help from a functional practitioner and started on this journey of, eating better, and which we'll talk about later, some lifestyle changes, which I'm sure that 95% of most disease comes from your environment. And So I just started making those changes, and through that, if anybody knows anything about Crohn's, so your calprotectin level is kind of like the inflammation marker. And mine was at 290. And through some lifestyle changes, through different things that I've learned, it went down to 60 without any medication.
Yeah.
And so that just carried me through. I'm like, you know what? There is a better way. I'm going to get certified as a health practitioner so I can help other women, anybody, live their best life, not having to go through all the things that I've gone through. So I can just help people feel the beauty from the inside out. And so that's kind of what I'm here to share today, and kind of some of the things that I've done.
I love it, Angela. This is where I always tell people bodies don't lie, they're really honest. And your skin is the largest organ, and it is a reflection of what's happening on the inside. So whether that's toxins, whether it's hormone imbalance, whether it's stress, whether it's the immune system, your body's always speaking a language. And if your hair's falling out, if your skin's breaking out, if you're gaining weight, if you're losing weight, if you can't move your bowels, if you can't sleep, your body is always telling you something, but we're not used to listening to it. And I love this conversation today because, you were helping so many people externally, but you realized internally you were suffering. And how can you feel beautiful? How can you feel radiant? And I know it's an emotional component, but it's also physical. If you can't get out of bed, you can't move your bowels, you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling bloated, your hormones are off, that's going to really impact on your self-image, which impacts your energy field, which impacts the way you show up in the world. So this is the transformation that I love, is ladies like yourselves that are dialing into their health going, oh my gosh, there are more answers. And there are things I can do to support my 100 trillion cells that have thrived on nutrition for thousands of years. And you notice the change immediately. Bodies don't lie, right? So you started making those changes, food, supplements. I think that's what your practitioner did for you. And you noticed the radical change that you got lit up and went back to school. And that's most people's journey that become health practitioners or health coaches, or, they go through the journey themselves. So you now offer this 7-day transformation jumpstart, like people that want it done with now, that are tired of being tired and not finding answers and solutions. You basically do a quick 7-day reset. Maybe you can talk about why you do that program, because you yourself had the transformation. I think it's important to speak from a place of, going through it yourself, and what this can offer for your client base now that they're able to go a little deeper with you.
Oh, yeah. I love the transformation detox. So, I was feeling better, but I still had some symptoms. And when you learn that symptoms aren't normal, that you're like, okay, well, is there still something? Is there still something I could do? And I'm a person, I like to test things to see if they work, because I really didn't think, a 7-day transformational detox was going to do anything for me, because I felt like I was, on the up and up. And so I did it, and I cannot tell you now, it's not super easy, but it's not super hard. And okay, so I had also rosacea for about 10 years. After that 7 days, completely gone. Okay, I had acid reflux, still some joint pain lingering around, low mood, PMS. So those were just some of my symptoms that I wanted to, that were still lingering around. And some of those you might be like, yeah, I have those. Well, they're not normal. And and headaches was another one. And they literally are gone and haven't come back, just through a 7-day transformation detox. And the people that have done those with me, they've lost the weight. It hasn't come back. It's literally, like you said, a jump start to experience like that maximum amazing health.
So your 7-day transformation includes what? A diet change. I know you center a lot of the strategies around one of my favorite things, which are medicinal mushrooms.
Yes.
What would it look like if somebody decided to say, you know what, Angela, I think I want to explore this 7-day a little more, ask some questions. Maybe you can describe it. What would a person expect?
Yeah. So I just also want to set real quick people at ease with, I was also worried about blood sugar, not having enough food and feeling shaky throughout the day. And through this program, this is why I love it, is you're actually super full. So the first 2 days you're going to, you're doing a liquid fast. So you're just taking in the shakes and the medicinal mushroom coffee and teas, which you get to have coffee, which is another reason why I love it.
Mm.
And then I sometimes add that into my shake just to give it some different flavor. You're going to do that for the first 2 days, and then carry the shakes through the days three through 7, and then you're going to have unlimited vegetables through the rest of those days. So, and I give you a sheet to help you figure out your veggies. I personally like to do soup. It's super easy on the digestion. And yeah, and then you get some inspirational videos throughout the week. And so that's kind of what it looks like.
I love it. I remember seeing the plan. It was definitely developed by a lot of different practitioners' inputs there. The bottom line is this: when you reset the body, it's like rebooting your computer. And when you give it one solid week of nothing that's irritating it, only saturating it with vegetables and in some cases maybe fruits. I mean, you'll follow the food guide, but it is essentially all things that are natural, no ingredients, no packaging. And that's ultimately it. You're staying away from the chemicals. They say bodies now are starving, and they're not starving for things to put in your mouth. I mean, go to any corner store, you'll find a bag of chips, you'll find a slice of pizza. I mean, there's stuff to put in your mouth and fill your belly up. But really, when it comes to food quality and nutrition, that's where we haven't changed as a living species. In fact, they say bodies are starving, and they're not starving because there's nothing to eat. They're starving because there's not nutritional value to prepackaged fast foods and a lot of the commercial stuff that's out there. So what I always tell people, rule of thumb, is the least amount of ingredients as possible. You grab an apple, you grab a carrot, you grab, some celery. There are no ingredient lists to it. It is what it is. Of course, you want organic because ultimately we want to get away from the chemicals. But when you do a week intense of water, beautiful teas, coffees that are alkaline. Many of you probably heard my various shows. I have many practitioners that are absolutely in love with this mushroom coffee that has actually real coffee. It tastes amazing. And that was one of the reasons why I fell in love with these protocols, is because we don't have to deprive you. We upgrade your habit to something you already know, love, and do. So when you saturate the body with beautiful, natural products like whole foods, like medicinal mushrooms, like different shakes that you can choose from. I know the companies come out with a vegan version, but a week intense, you basically reset your body. And in resetting your body, you reset your gut, you reset your hormone signaling, you reset your immune signals. I mean, your body's always working 24 hours a day, your heart's beating, the immune system's functioning. However, when you start pulling out all those burdens of toxin and stress and all the things it's got to do, and you give it a rest, and you just bathe it in a lot of love and nutrition and value, it says thank you. It really, really does. It turns around and says, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And you'll notice it. That was my favorite piece, Angela, was that you talk about the beauty component of it all. How many women out there are putting on all their creams and lotions, and you're buying everything over the counter, trying to get that skin condition under control, trying to get that hair shinier, trying to get those nails stronger. And when you realize, wow, my body actually is a reflection of what's happening on the inside, and you address that, you notice a difference. You notice a difference in your, I guess, your skin, hair, and nails as well, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I never actually thought my hair could even be this long. And I just, there's just strength everywhere. So, and it does. The detoxing improves the cellular aging. And so, like you said, when you remove the toxins, the plastics, the BPAs, all those things that, are going into your body, even from beauty products, if you're not using a natural, type of beauty product, you're just having less damage to your DNA. So
I love it, Angela. So I know you have access to a lot of natural beauty products as well. Your skin is the largest organ. Anything you put on it, it's going to suck it up. Think about it, guys. You put on a hormone patch, a nicotine patch, It has transdermal properties. That means it goes through the skin, your body absorbs it, and it does something with that. So whenever we slather on all these cheapo, creamo things, we got to really look at the labels. You're drinking that up. You might as well squeeze it in your mouth because it's some part of you is taking it in, right?
Yes, your body, your skin is like a sponge. So just remember that. So everything that you put on, you're absorbing 100%.
And that's why so many people like yourself that are in the beauty industry are starting to step outside the box, going, wait a minute, if my body is a sponge, and I am expecting my skin to look a certain radiant level, well, wouldn't it make sense to go deeper? And again, I love the analogy of a plant. You know, we all own plants at some point in our lives. We overwater it. If we don't give it enough sun, if we give it too much sun, it reflects on the leaves. You can tell a plant is happy and healthy based on its vibrancy and the color of the green of the leaves. The minute it goes brown, we don't just get a marker and color it back green. We go into the soil and we say, hey, what is it missing? Is there something else that's lacking? The body's no different. Listen, Angela, that was my health journey. You know, when I was in my early teens, I ate so much sugar. Oh my gosh. And my parents, again, Generation X baby here, they thought they were doing everything right. Like my dad would buy, you know, dad's oatmeal cookies. He would buy the McCain fruit juices instead of pop, right? So he was trying to make the healthier choices. We didn't have the education that we had back then like we do now. And I was just eating the healthier versions of, you know, junk food. He didn't know any better. You know, immigrant to this country, you believe that what's on the shelves have been somewhat reviewed by governments. Man, this is what we got to look at. The food industry, you know, the education system, you know, we're not taught in school really how to fundamentally eat healthy. So this is where, you know, gorging on sugar, I gave myself polycystic ovarian syndrome. That's a whole other show, guys. But my hormones were a mess because I didn't make the right choices. And it wasn't until I really started to see my skin, my nails, my hair, everything was suffering. And it wasn't until I met my own practitioner 20 years ago that said, Dianne, oh my gosh, you're eating carbs, sugars. You have no essential oils. You have no protein. You don't have what it takes to make proper hormone signaling. No wonder you're suffering. You're not having proper cycles. Your hair is really thin. You're breaking out like crazy. What if you just decided to give it all up and just go strictly whole foods, which is what I did. I did wonderful supplements. I went on fish oils. I went on many of the natural products, and I did whole foods. And what a difference in my hair, skin, and nails, because it was a reflection of what's happening on the inside. So I love that you're leading this way, Angela. Where can people find you if they want to connect with you? Maybe get a little bit more control under their skin challenges, their hair, their nails. Now that you're going deeper, you can have those conversations. Where can they find you?
So I have a website called wingsofwellnessandbeauty.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Wings of Wellness and Beauty.
So wingsofwellnessandbeauty.com. You can find Angela, now an integrative health practitioner and a beauty expert, both internally and externally. And she does deal with everything natural as well. So this is a wonderful resource. Thank you, Angela, for being on the show today. And definitely reach out to her and jump on her 7-day transformation challenge. It is, or sorry, you're called, your 7-day transformation detox. That's what you call it, right? Your program?
Yep.
Great. And it's all inclusive. I've seen it. You guys provide all the recipes, all the things people need to do to get started. 7 days to change your life around like it did for you. It's extremely cost effective. That's what I love about it. And maybe what I'll do at this point, Angela, is maybe let's talk a little bit about why you chose this program. I know it centers a lot around the medicinal mushrooms, but maybe if you want to expand on that or anything else that you want to share with our guests today.
Well, the reason why I love this program is the coffee. Being able to drink coffee, a lot of programs, you can't drink the coffee, you can't drink the tea. And like I said, you literally are full. You are full, like you can barely finish the shakes on the last day. You just can't believe it. And that's actually those are the main reasons. And of course, the medicinal mushrooms just not only work on your inside, but it takes you to another level mentally, physically, everything. You raise your level vibrationally, and it's just amazing.
That's wonderful. So I love what you said. And I think this is really key for anyone that's listening, going, you know what, it sounds scary. When it is a doable program that's
Mhm.
not really depriving you, because I think that's where a lot of, at least in my experience, people are afraid. They're thinking they're going to be hungry, they're going to be cranky, they're going to be craving stuff. And I've done the program myself. And that's why I fell in love with it too, Angela, was because so many years I had people that were so upset because I got them off of coffee all the time. Wasn't a fan of regular coffee, don't like the pH acidity in it.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until I found this product where they started infusing the medicinal mushrooms in there, where it tastes amazing.
Yes.
Guys, if it doesn't taste good, you're not going to do it. I'm telling you right now. I've seen it way too many times. How did it taste for you, Angela? I know the products are yummy, but I people hear it from me and they're like, okay, you're a practitioner, so you're always going to be behind anything that's healthy. But what were your thoughts around the flavors?
So before I even tried the product, specifically the shake, um, I've tried many before, and hands down, this is the most delicious one I've ever had. Clients love it. They also say it's the best they've ever had. I personally, so I my favorite was the chocolate, but now it's the vanilla. So it's absolutely delicious, and you can do it through the week, and you can add that little coffee to it to make a little frappuccino type of thing. But
Oh, good for you. You've been playing.
I've
And
been
that's
playing with
it.
it.
Yeah, yeah, you got to play with these things. That's what I liked about it. It was non-gritty and non-chalky. And I find that that was my biggest pushback when I've sold many, many protein shakes and many different medical foods throughout the years of my practice. I've been trying different brands. I found that people were like plugging their nose and rolling their eyes back because they had to do these nasty protocols just to get healthier. But when it tastes good and people are just like loving the experience, that makes a world of a difference. So
Oh yeah.
that's why I'm so excited to have met you through our channels, is because when you have products that people love, that are non-chalky, non-gritty, which is what these proteins do, they deliver the results. They're laced with a lot of great macro micronutrients, amino acids, but you get those medicinal mushrooms in there as well. And I like bouncing back between vanilla, chocolate, depends what mood I was in. But that's another thing. There's variety. You're not deprived. You're not hungry. You have no cravings. Like my cravings for sugar actually significantly went down. Did you find the same thing for you, Angela?
Yes. And, because you're drinking 4 shakes a day, and the shakes are good enough where you're not craving that sweet. And so, yeah, you're just so full. Like I just can't believe how full you are. And that was my biggest concern too, was I was worried I was going to be hungry and grouchy and all those things, but you're not.
You're not. It is really, really a pleasant journey for sure. So again, if you want to give it a go, try connecting with Angela for sure.
Yes.
Start looking at go to your bathroom, guys. Like, here's the exercise. Take home today. Go to your bathroom, look at the ingredients that you're putting on your skin. What are you putting on as skincare? What are you using as shampoo? What are you using as soap? What are you using on your kids, your partner, your spouse, your parents? I mean, your skin is like a sponge. And Angela, being a beauty coach, because I'm going to throw you in that bucket. I mean, you're a beauty coach. You do the beauty from the inside out. This is where we really tell everyone, make a change, start somewhere, but start. Upgrade your health, upgrade your habit. You can connect with Angela. You don't have to do the 7-day transformation challenge if you're not ready for that yet, but you
Mhm.
can definitely start with baby steps. And I know you have a nice Facebook community. You girls have some really good support. So does someone reach out to you? Do they have that support if they do the program with you as well, Angela? You've got that going on?
Oh yeah, you have support. I'm available to, if you need any extra help. And hey, can I share one anti-aging tip that they can start now?
Yes, please. I would always welcome that.
Okay, so again, it's kind of, I'm going to share two. So I would definitely recommend a 12-hour fast at night. So if you quit eating at 7 p.m., don't eat again until 7 a.m. the next day. Again, just think of, cellular aging. You're getting rid of those free radicals out of your body. And if you can, space your meals out 3 to 4 hours between each meal. So those are my anti-aging tips.
I love it. And you know what? There are a lot of practitioners really pushing the intermittent fasting. minimum 12 hours. That is so true. Your body has a chance to do cleanup, right? We know digestion takes a ton of energy. And when the body's too busy breaking food down, it can't do the job of cleanup. So it's like dishes, right? It's like making dinner. You're making food, there's dishes being piled up. There's no time to wash dishes if you're making meals all the time. So
Right.
that analogy, imagine if you didn't have to cook for like the next 14 hours, where you have time to clean up the kitchen, the body does the same thing. You have a cleanup crew that circulates around your cells, it circulates around your bloodstream and your lymphatics, and it's pulling out all the garbage. So guess what? You wake up more refreshed, your skin gets shinier because you're giving a chance for the cleanup crew in your body to circulate and get rid of all the stuff that it doesn't need. Those are great tips, Angela. No one's really talked about that. So I'm glad you're bringing that to the forefront for your client base. And I'm excited to see how you transform and keep moving your practice forward. Like I said, I'm super excited that you started stepping into the functional medicine side of beauty, because this beauty topic is not often talked about. Yet we want our skin to be radiant. We want to be anti-aging. We want to have great hair, great nails. I mean, we want to feel good about ourselves.
Right.
But yeah, we can't do that if we're just banking everything on a cream, right? It doesn't work that way. So quick fixes aren't the way to go.
Yes.
So anyways, we're going to wrap it up, and we will circulate back. So you can find Angela Herren at Wings of Wellness and Beauty. And you can also find her on Instagram and get all her beautiful tips. Thank you for sharing with us today, Angela. So make sure you join us. Every other Friday, we have different guests around the world. Again, the show is here to inspire, to educate, to give you tools to go out there and look at your options. Again, we're not here to give you medical advice, but we're here to really just give you an option. So many people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's about finding options for you and your family to become the best versions of you. You don't have health, you don't have anything. Let's focus on becoming that amazing version of you, for you to go out there and build a delicious, wonderful life. Thank you, Angela, for spending your time today. You can connect with me at DianneSolano.com or on Instagram at the Dianne Solano with 2 N's. And yeah, come on up, say hi, and definitely join a lot of our talks and seek out our practitioners. Thank you again, Angela. Have a super day. We'll see you guys 2 weeks from now on the next podcast. Ciao for now.
Thank you for listening to Empowered Through Health with Dianne Solano. For more information, visit Senergy.ca. That's SENARGY.ca.